Thinking about getting an electric car, but all this talk about charging has your head spinning? You're not the only one. Between charging at home, finding a spot on the street, or juicing up on the highway, it feels like you need a degree just to understand it all. But don't worry, we're going to break it all down for you, nice and simple. In this video, we'll explain how each type of charging works, how long it actually takes, and what it's really going to cost you. Let's start with the absolute basics. There are two terms you need to know: kilowatt hour, or kWh, and kilowatt, or kW. Think of a kilowatt hour like the size of your fuel tank. It measures how much energy your car's battery can hold. The bigger the kW number, the more energy it stores and the farther you can drive. For example, a compact Dacia Spring has a 27 kilowatt battery, which gives it a range of about 220 kilometers. On the other end, a brand new Renault Scenic, with its beefy 87 kilowatt-hour battery, can travel over 600 kilometers on a single charge. Simple, right? More kWh equals more range. Then you have the kilowatt, or kW. This is all about speed. It measures how fast the electricity flows from the charger into your battery. Think of it like the nozzle at a gas pump. Some are faster than others. A higher kW number means faster charging. This is super important because it determines how long you will be waiting for your car to be ready to go. A low kW charger might take all night, while a high kW one can get you back on the road in minutes. So, to recap, kWh is your battery size, and kW is the charging speed. Got it? Great. Let's move on to where you'll actually be charging. Now, let's talk about the easiest and cheapest way to charge your EV. Right at home. This is the secret weapon for most EV owners. You wake up every morning with a full tank without ever having to visit a station. There are three main ways to do it. First, the simplest option, a standard household socket. You literally just plug your car into a regular wall outlet using the special cable that comes with it, usually a Type 2. It's incredibly convenient, but boy is it slow. You're only getting about 2 kilowatts of power. For a small EV, that could mean waiting 14 hours or even more for a full charge. It's fine for overnight top-ups, but not if you arrive home with an empty battery. A slightly better option is a reinforced socket, like the GreenUp type. It looks similar to a regular outlet, but it's built to handle more power safely. For about $300 installed, you get around 3.7 kilowatts. This almost cuts your charging time in half compared to a standard socket, which is a significant improvement for a relatively small investment. But the gold standard for home charging is a wall box. This is a dedicated charging unit mounted on your wall. A wall box delivers much more power, typically between 7 and 11 kilowatts, depending on your home's electrical setup. This can slash your charging time by 2/3. A car that took 14 hours on a household socket might be full in just 4 or 5 hours with a wall box. This means you can easily charge completely overnight, even if your battery is almost empty. Plus, you can take advantage of cheaper off-peak electricity rates, making each charge incredibly affordable. On average, a full charge at home costs about 3 times less than filling up a similar-sized gasoline car. The only downside is the upfront cost. Expect to pay around €1,000 to have a wall box professionally installed. One crucial safety tip: never, ever use a standard extension cord to charge your car. They aren't designed for that kind of sustained power draw, and they can overheat and become a serious fire hazard. What if you live in an apartment or don't have a dedicated parking spot? You'll be relying on public charging stations. These are the chargers you see in city centers, supermarket parking lots, and along residential streets. They typically offer speeds from 7 to 22 kilowatts, which is similar to or even faster than a home wall box. To use them, you'll need your own Type 2 cable, which you'll connect from the station to your car. Now, here's where things get a bit tricky: payment. Unlike gas stations, most public chargers don't accept credit cards directly. Instead, you'll usually need a smartphone app or a special RFID card. You might scan a QR code on the charger to start a session through a web page, or use a subscription card from a charging network like ChargeMap. These cards are great because they often work across many different charger brands. But be aware, Third-party apps and cards often add a small commission to the price per kilowatt hour. So, while one station might advertise a rate of 25 cents per kilodollars, you could end up paying 35 cents or more through your app. Some operators also charge by the minute instead of by the amount of energy you use. This can be a trap if your car charges slowly. If your car can only accept 7 kilodollars but you're plugged into a 22 kilowatts station that bills by time, you're paying a premium for speed you can't even use. So it's crucial to know your car's maximum AC charging speed and check the station's pricing model before you plug in. For long road trips, your best friend will be DC fast chargers, the kind you find at highway service stations. These are a completely different beast. Unlike the AC chargers at home or in the city, these deliver direct current, or DC, straight to your battery. Your car's battery uses DC power, so by skipping the car's internal converter, the process becomes incredibly fast. That's why these stations can offer mind-blowing power levels, from 50 kilowatts all the way up to 350 kilowatts. Let's put that into perspective. Remember that Renault Scenic that takes 13 hours to charge on a home socket? On a 150 kilowatt fast charger, it can go from nearly empty to 80% full in just 37 minutes. That's just enough time to grab a coffee and stretch your legs. Most fast chargers have the cable attached, usually with a connector called a CCS combo, so you just pull up, plug in, and start charging. However, there are a few things to keep in mind. First, charging speed isn't constant. It's fastest when the battery is low and slows down significantly after it reaches about 80% full. This is done automatically to protect the battery's health and longevity. So for the quickest journey, it's much more efficient to make 2 shorter stops and charge to 80%, rather than waiting for one long stop to get to 100%. Also, you can't force your car to charge faster than it's designed to. If your car's maximum DC charging speed is 100 kilowatts, plugging it into a 300 kilowatt station won't make it charge any faster. You'll still be limited to 100. Finally, speed comes at a price. Fast charging is the most expensive option. You can expect to pay around 59 cents per kilowatt hour. For that Tesla, a charge giving you 230 kilometers of range would cost about $35. Some networks, like Ionity, offer monthly subscriptions that can lower the price to around 39 cents per kilowatt, which is a great deal if you frequently travel long distances. So, after all that, which option is best for you? Let's quickly summarize. If you have a driveway or garage, charging at home is a no-brainer. It's the cheapest, most convenient way to keep your EV topped up for daily driving. A wall box is the best investment for speed and efficiency. If you live in an apartment or rely on public infrastructure, your smartphone is your best friend. Use apps to find available chargers, compare prices, and plan your routes to get the best rates. For those long holiday road trips, DC fast chargers are essential. Just remember the golden rule. Charge up to 80% to save both time and money on your journey. One final thought. Before you make the switch to electric, get comfortable with the idea of using apps, QR codes, and smart cards. Until direct credit card payments become the standard everywhere, these digital tools are a must-have for a smooth charging experience on the go. And there you have it. Now you know exactly how EV charging works, whether you're at home, on a city street, or cruising down the highway. It might seem like a lot at first, but once you get the hang of it, it becomes second nature. If you want to dive deeper into real-world charging times and see how different EVs perform, be sure to check out our other tests and comparison videos. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button and subscribe. Catch you on the next ride.